Welcome all of you in online teaching learning process. We have started unit number 2nd, unit operations, and in our previous video we have studied types of distillation, in which we have studied details about the spinning band distillations. And in this video we will see the types of columns and packings. That is, the columns are different types of columns are used for the distillation purpose, and in this case there is a different types of packings are also applied to form that column. So in the case of distillation, in the case of properly fractionating distillation or fractional distillation, a fractionating column is used, and a fractionating column is a device used while separating the mixture of components differing slightly in their volatility. That is, when two liquids which are differ in their boiling points, slightly differ in their boiling points, at that time we are carrying out fractional distillation, and at that time we are using fractionating column. So in the case of simple distillation there is no any type of column is applied, but in case of fractional distillation we are applying fractionating column. So in the case of fractionating column is designed to provide a larger surface area and allows the mixed vapors to cool, condense and vaporize again and again. So this type of phenomena takes place when we use fractionating column to separate two liquids which are having slightly that is a small difference in their boiling points. So this slows down distillation rate and allows distillation to occur under equilibrium condition. So several times of that is a vaporization and condensation process is carried out when we use fractionating column to separate the two liquids which are having slightly volatility. So this greatly improves the separation process, and we are getting pure distillate. Suppose we are carrying out the distillation of two liquids which are having slight difference in their boiling points by using simple distillation technique, then we cannot isolate that two liquids properly, because there is a slight volatility or slight difference in boiling point. So when we are carrying out distillation process by simple technique, then at a time two liquids will be isolated. So to avoid this type of process, we are carrying out fractional distillation by using fractionating column. So in the case of columns, first column we will study is, that is a Vigrex column. What is a Vigrex column? So Vigrex column is a glass tube carrying a number of pairs of indentations or spikes which almost touch each other and which slope slightly downwards. So these are some examples of Vigrex column. There is a spikes. So there is a several types of spikes are available, almost touch each other, as like this second diagram, which are touch each other and which slope downwards, slightly downwards. So these are the examples of Vigrex column. Such types of columns are applied to distill or isolate the two liquids. And third one is also example of the Vigrex column. This is the third one. Then next one is a packed column. Then what is a packed column? Packed column is a straight column packed with glass beads. In this case, glass beads or metal pieces are used, such as Raschig rings. The name for that metal rings or glass beads is called as Raschig rings. As shown in the figure, that is a glass beads or metal beads are used. And why these glass beads or metal beads are applied to form that type of column? So this type of columns increases surface of contact between liquid and vapor phase, thereby increasing the number of cycles or theoretical plates. So when the number of cycles or theoretical plates increases, then we are getting pure distillate. So such type of columns are used. In this case, glass beads or metal pieces are used. So such type of columns are called as packed columns, and these are the examples of packed columns. Then types of columns and packings, in which we will see which type of packings are used to form that column. So in the case of packings, first material is a rings. In the case of rings, these may be hollow glass or porcelain pieces, that is a rasching rings of stainless steel gauge, also called as Dixon rings, or hollow rings with a central partition, also called as lacing rings, which may be of porcelain piece, aluminum piece, copper or nickel. So in the case of packings, several types of glass or porcelain pieces or metal pieces are applied to form that type of columns. Another one, the packing can be textless by using helices. Then what is helices? This may be of metal or glass, also called as Fenske rings. So usually when we want to isolate or distill liquids coming from acidic media, when we are using strong acids to isolate two liquids, that is two strong acids, and at that time we are using glass helices. Why glass helices are used? Because acids does not affect on glass material. When we use metal helices, then that strong acid also attack on the metal and destroy that metal. So sometimes glass helices, or usually glass helices, are used for packing purpose. And also in third types of packing is a balls or beads, usually made up of glass beads are used. The same reason, because acid material does not attack on the glass material. Then these are the examples of columns and packings. So in the case of Vegrex column, already we have studied. So this is the Vegrex column, and these are the spikes, we have also studied that, and this is a packed column. So these are the types of packings and columns. Then we will see types of fractionating column. This is also the same diagram. These are the different types of fractionating column, and also these are the two examples of condenser, which we will study in next slide. So what is condensers? Why condensers are necessary to carry out the distillation process? Because these are the devices used to cool, to condense the vapor emerging from the column while passing through it. So condensers play important role to cool or to condensate the vapors coming from that boiler, reboiler. Suppose this is a reboiler or round bottom flask, and from that round bottom flask two liquids are taken, and after heating we are getting low volatile component first, and that low volatile component passes through fractionating column and after passes through in the form of vapor, and the vapor then finally goes into the condenser. Then condenser, there is a water inlet and water outlet. So cold water circulation is carried out. Due to this, these vapors are cooled, and after that we are getting liquid droplet of pure distillate. So condenser plays important role. So this is the diagram of condenser which will be used in laboratory. In our laboratories such type of condenser also available. Then there are different types of condensers are available. First one we will study, that is air condenser. What is air condenser? It is simply a glass tube of any length and used for liquids with boiling points above 150 degrees Celsius. 150 degrees Celsius means non-volatile liquids. in the case of isolation of non-volatile liquids, we are using air condenser, and this is the diagram of air condenser. These types of air condenser, at two ends it is open, so this is a air condenser. Then second one is a Liebeck condenser. What is Liebeck condenser? It is an inner glass tube surrounded by a glass jacket through which water is circulated, as shown in this diagram. This is the inner glass tube. So this is the inner glass tube surrounded by a glass jacket. So this is a glass jacket surrounded by a glass jacket in which water is circulated. So this is the circulation phenomena. Water takes place surrounding this inner glass tube. So this type of condenser is called as Liebeck condenser. In laboratory, such type of condenser are applied. For example, in the case of research laboratories, as like NCL, as like CSIR laboratories, such type of Liebeck condensers are applied. Then third one is a double surface condenser. Then what is a double surface condenser? It is a tube in which the vapor is condensed between an outer and inner water cooled jacket after impinging on the latter. It is a very useful for liquids boiling below 40 degrees Celsius. That is a very volatile liquids. Such type of liquids in which we are using double surface condenser, and this is the diagram of double surface condenser. So it is a tube in which a vapor is condensed between an outer and inner water cooled jacket after impinging on the latter. It is a very useful for liquids boiling below 40 degrees Celsius. So there is a circulation. So through this circulation the vapors will pass, and which will be cooled by passing the water through this water inlet and water outlet. So this is the another diagram for simplification. So this is a double surface condenser. When it is used, when liquids, that is boiling point of liquid is below 40 degrees Celsius, that is a very volatile liquids. Such type of in such type of condition, double surface condensers will be used. Then next type is a coil condenser. What is a coil condenser? That is several types of coils are used in condenser. That is an open tube which possesses sealed glass coil or spiral through which water circulates. That is several types of coils are applied in the condenser. Then that type of condenser is called as coil condenser, and this is the diagram of coil condenser. Then next one is a Friedrich condenser. Then what is a Friedrich condenser? It is a cold finger type of condenser sealed into a glass jacket, open at the bottom and near the top. That is, it is open at top and bottom. So cold finger is formed into glass screw threads. So this is the diagram of the Friedrich condenser. So it is a cold finger type of condenser sealed into a glass jacket. That is all. It is a sealed into glass jacket. Suppose in this condenser, when vapors will pass through this, and there is a sealed glass tube. So this is a sealed glass tube through which water circulation will be carried out, and after that we are getting water vapors goes out from this outlet. So this is the diagram of Friedrich condenser. In a critical case, the Friedrich type of condenser is applied. So overall, these are the types of condensers. So there are several types of condensers are used. First one is a Liebeck condenser, then Alihun condenser, then Graham condenser. It is also called as coil condenser. Then Dimroth condenser, that one. Then next one is a Friedrich condenser. So these are the diagrams of condensers which was applied in various research laboratories to isolate various types of mixtures of liquid components. So this is about the types of condensers and types of packings. So overall, in unit operations we have studied different techniques and also different distillation techniques. So thank you all of you for listening this video.